That's only one way to start.
The defenders that have performed at VVD's level is Rio, John Terry, and Vidic. I mean, how long are we going to act like this guy's a top striker, man? Champions League final.
We got to the Champions League final and lost to Liverpool. I'm cool. I've accepted that. I moved on.
Worst week ever as a Spurs fan. I
think the most pertinent issue that we can discuss, and I've said that I'm not.
Guy loves a big word.
That's the dumbest thing you've said on this podcast. You just said
Spurs
are in turmoil. You know you want to say it. Don't let him press you.
Get 20% off all Manscaped products plus free shipping with the promo code STTV.
Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live in the flesh, live and direct in the fix. You already know what time it is. What's everyone saying?
We're here.
We're coming, we're here. Before we go any further, listen. I've been informed that we have a few things we have to do, which is all sick, because that's how it is, isn't it? But obviously, this podcast is presented to you by Manscaped. This is where production is supposed to do the explosive thing. But production learned
what's that place? I can't remember.
Production learned their skills in Mayowa, so the production's a bit.
What we got now?
Windows 95. But listen,
colognes, refined.
So we've got the colognes, we've got the weed whacker. But obviously Valentine's Day is coming in it. So boy, listen, lawnmower is there, package is there.
That's for the nose trimmer as well, isn't it?
Listen, everything's there, man.
I know there's certain man lockdown.
Boy, listen.
Hey,
what I just said this
is not all held up there, brother.
No trim.
The system.
Listen, it's all
refine
mad.
It.
But obviously,
with some refined.
But what comes? The thing comes in it as well, isn't it? The little spray thing, the crop thing as well, the deodorant. Listen, man, sort yourself out. 20% off. You already know what time it is. Hold tight, everyone that's supporting. Follow that.
Screenshot and let us know when you've copped some.
Big man too.
We'll give it a shout out.
People putting their money where their mouth is, isn't it?
For real.
Speaking about putting your money where your mouth is.
No one buy this. Show's over. Simple.
We'll say what?
Our future is in your hands.
The lights are going off. Simple as.
Listen,
for real.
But listen, on the real though, hold tight Manscaped. This thing smells like nice as well. You know them woody smells there, fam. There. But listen,
you're saying natural fragrances.
Hold tight. The 3-point collectors. Hold tight. Hold tight the Niners.
Get me.
Hold tight the Niners. Hold tight the Niners.
The Niners. Hey, not many can
Culture comes from the 9.
From the 9, you know, like that.
We did it once upon a time.
This is the 9, sir. Hold tight the Niners. Hold tight the teams that have influence to get red cards rescinded. I think that's very important. It's very important to have influence to be able to change decisions. And then hold tight the participants. I have to verify something here. So
there's a few participants.
3
big participants.
There's no best thing. 3-point collectors are for those that win. Participants is a cool way of saying there was a draw. If you lost, you didn't participate. You were just.
No, you just
hold on, no. Man, I'm trying to remix it.
No. What remix? My own thing. Like I brought.
Participants.
No. Participants.
They came here. They turned up
for the draw thing. That's like because you
make the
participated in it. Like both teams tango. No one didn't cross the line. Handshake. Hold tight the man them that have lost 3 games on the bounce. Hold tight the managers.
Home losses.
That have had their first back-to-back home losses in their career. Hold tight the teams that have lost 3 games for the first time in the league since 2012.
What greatness does.
Hold tight the fans who are saying that they played better football under Tim Sherwood. Fam, hold tight the influencers that said they were going to win the league, and then when things got sticky, they went to Tulum. You know who you are. You know who you are. That's a little light one for you. Don't run away when your team start going on bad form. That's a bit book, you know. Why did you listen?
Mental breaks.
There's a lot to discuss. There's a short amount of time. Happy birthday to me, because obviously this comes out tomorrow.
Your birthday, yeah?
Yeah, so hold tight
Happy birthday.
me.
You want to disclose
official or...
That's centralized is the official.
The Wu-Tang Ja Rule flex, fam. Guy looking like
Cameron and them, man. Cameron and them, man.
Not even Ja, remember Jaheim.
Oh shit!
You know him, man.
Just in case I don't make it home to.
Oh my goodness, bro.
That was a friend. Man said
Man
Jaheim.
with a big jacket, you know.
Man said
Listen
Jaheim.
now,
That's
bro.
hilarious. You know the ones that had the video like this.
Come on, over
Like this.
my
Place, my
Oh,
place.
Jaheim. Hey, them classics. Our fans don't know about that, man. They don't know
That's
about
all mad. Some might do, but.
What are you saying? Stop inside radio. Music
Production.
channel. Production.
Bear, what you say? What? Bare little dirt.
Made
Man
you
just-
think. Fund us.
Bare little dirt. Say what? What you say? What you get into the music thing?
Yeah, boy.
True say because true say that
Boy.
everything's convergence, knowing it. But listen. Anyway, let's go into it, man. Let's go into it. Manscaped, 20% off. Let's go into it. Let's do Chelsea,
Go.
and then you can do your thing. So with Chelsea, for me, quite simply, 3 clean sheets, but we've not been tested. So again, I want to make it clear that we can't slip into former practices like what we had with Lampard, where clean sheets, we're doing well. Oh my gosh!
But to be fair,
Easy.
you ain't been
It's
tested
good performance.
because-
That's what I'm
because you're
saying.
dominating possession.
Of course,
Possession is another
of course,
form of-
but let's
You know what I
break
mean?
it down
You
though.
have the ball, you don't concede.
Wolves were in bad form. Burnley are Burnley. Toothless Spurs.
Burnley beat Liverpool though.
Yeah.
I know, but at the end of the day, like compared to what we did Burnley the first game, it's
Yeah.
the same. It's more the same. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing signs of encouragement. Why? The reason I'm saying encouragement is because this is what I expect of Chelsea. It's not like, oh my God, it's amazing, it's revolutionary. This is what I expect. There's still so much more to come. At the same time, you have to balance it with, in the 3 games, 1 game we didn't score, first game, 24 hours cool. Second game, 2 defenders scored. Today, penalty. We have a underlying issue with our forwards that I hope that he can sort out, because at the end of the day, Werner's going to be the main man. That's what it looks like. So he has to get in the goals. Like, I see him doing movement, cute movement and everything, but his confidence is so low
How
that
many
he
games is
just...
this now? It's honestly, I can't remember when it
It's
scored. It
12,
must be like
12
15.
It's
It
a
must be
long
getting
time.
12, 13
It's a
games,
long
yeah,
time.
out there.
And it's teetering in that position where that 1 goal might not even give you the confidence to keep
No,
ticking
this is what
on.
I'm saying now.
So,
It's
you know,
too
usually
far.
when you have like the drought, like DCL had the drought. He scored the header. I can see him kicking on now. When it gets to this sort of territory, I don't even know if it's been 12. Like, it might be someone
I
can
think
correct
it's
me.
more. I'm sure it was like 10. Like
Did he
time
did he
ago,
score in a cup game or something? Or he's not
Oh,
scored at all?
scored in the cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but in the
and
league,
then he
but in the
missed the
league,
penalty as well,
but in the
wasn't it?
league,
Yeah.
there's been a gap.
No,
right?
that was the game after.
But in the league, there's been a gap. That's right in saying. You're entering that dangerous territory that even if you get the 1, it may not revive. Like, it might not give you the minerals in it. So that's got to be watched. But my other concern is, I don't see us. I said that he's doing an audit. I said he's going to move players and everything. I don't know if he's going to play with the 2 strikers. So if he's playing with the 1, it means that the men around him, who are your Pulisic's, your Hudson-Odoi's,
they have to be baggers.
they have to be baggers. And if you look at Pulisic, is not really prolific in his career. Hudson-Odoi is more of a creative. There lies the issue for me in terms of, can he coach them to become them baggers? Because even if you look at our midfield, we haven't got XG vitality. It's Mason Mount, Jorginho, Kovacic. Like, Mount is the guy that's going to get. So those are things I want to watch as the season goes on.
But you still got Havertz and
Yeah,
Havertz,
the
well,
thing is-
that's the
the thing
big one.
is,
That is the big one.
Havertz,
Can
I was
he
about
get
to say
Havertz?
that, yeah.
He is the key part, because especially if you're playing
If Havertz is
striker
one of the
two.
ones behind the striker,
Yeah.
What about Havertz? And then maybe he might become a 9.
I said
himself.
2.
Dele
No, I
Alli
said
type shadow
man,
striker,
the first one.
maybe.
Remember, I think I DM'd you and said, what if he put them as a 2?
no, but hold on.
'Cause he did
So
that with
Mount
Leverkusen.
Mount was in a 9 a lot today, by the way.
So was Hudson-Odoi. So
So
like,
it's going to be floating around. Everyone's going to be mixing around. But at the moment, you ain't got a focal point. And the thing, you look at the formation that you're playing. Obviously, it's deployed in a completely different style
way,
to
yeah.
Conte. Because Conte's was more like, rigid, counter, whatever.
Stick the man there.
Victor Moses and Alonso doing the madness as well.
Yeah.
But you still had Hazard, Diego
Wonder
Costa's
Man,
going to get you
he's
goal.
gonna get- exactly.
So it's a bit different. It's going to be deployed differently, but
Yes,
you
he's going-
still
so we'll-
need that kind of...
you need goals.
eventually.
You need goals. And even like a game today, like, if we had possession, but I wouldn't say it was like, we wasn't potent in the final third. I don't think we were gonna blow Spurs away.
First
And
half even, it was like until the end of the first half. I don't
yeah,
think you, like,
and as
actually
those
broke
games
through.
sort of go on, you enter that territory in terms of, these guys can nick a goal here.
Yeah.
And boy, listen, it's
I
still
think that was the scary part today for me from a Spurs perspective, was where you just said there, you've kind of looked suspect as well. I feel like over the last few months, where you might concede a goal.
Yeah.
Today we looked like we wouldn't score basically if this game went on for another 2 days.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go into you guys
Yeah.
because like the classroom clown almost who Lamella is deemed as. He's the only one that got a shot on target.
Bro,
in
you know
in
what
what
it is?
minute? But just to finish on Chelsea, I mean, so what? That's 3 games, right? Barnsley FA Cup is we want to progress in that, but it's an opportunity to kind of try things.
Yeah.
And again, I want to see that Atletico game. I want to see how we go up against opposition that are very similar to the 3 that we've played right now. They're going to sit back, they're going to get chances, and they will kill off chances better than Spurs did.
Are they
So
doing
how
it
can
2 legs in the UCL now? Is it still back to 2 legs?
It's 2 legs.
But you look at what I saw you tweet. Yeah, you tweeted. You feel like you're moving the ball quick. I don't know. You said something like you're moving. So
We're
do you
progressing
see
the ball forward.
do you see
We're seeing
that?
people in pocket. Like Mason Mount today was amazing performance. Like people are saying, "Oh, he's been good all season." But
He does
what
that
was
against us
great
all the
was
time.
but what was great was he was getting in space where he could half turn, receive, move forward. We were actually moving the ball forward. It was 2 passes in the middle. We wasn't just trying to spam it to the wing, then spam it back in. Like we're seeing.
I thought the
different
midfield
patterns.
3 were good.
It worked today. It
Do you
worked today.
think Kante can come back into that?
I believe so.
On
But
the
it
Tuchel
depends.
System?
It depends. That's what I'm saying. It depends because, like I said, I still don't know what he's going to stick with. He might decide, you know, I want to go 4-2-2-2. He's still trying to try out his players. Reece James came today, for example. I still think he's trying to
I don't know about Reece
assess.
James at wing back, man. I don't know about that.
Why don't you?
Because I've seen
the
Reece
reason I
James
asked you
come
this,
up
yeah.
as a youth player. He wasn't playing there.
But
and
I'll
I
ask you
know last
this.
season. I know this season he started the season well
Yeah.
at right back. But I don't now. I just think like wing back, like flipping. I
Well,
think it's too much.
let
I don't know.
me-
I might be wrong.
let me
I
ask
don't-
you-
Well, though.
I don't
let
know
me-
about
let me-
I
thought he
wing back,
was their
man. I
best
don't like
outlet
it.
in the
I'd
first
rather
half.
him either right back or go in.
Let me
midfield or
ask you about this,
I
right?
don't
So,
know, man.
Do
Wing
you
back?
feel that he can get up well and get crosses in well?
Yeah,
Do you feel like he's got physicality and he can defend well? Do you think he's got the ability to tuck behind
I
3
just
defenders
think,
that may be a
I
bit
think, yeah,
lackluster? Do you
when
think he's
have
wasted
You know,
there?
when you're as a wing back,
Yeah.
you gotta have. You know, you got right backs, yeah. But you know, when you get a wing back, you get the ball higher up. Look at any right back that has said when they played wing back, it's a completely different thing because all of a sudden you're getting the ball. You're having to turn with the ball. You're getting the ball,
It's almost
receiving
like a
to back to,
midfielder. Yeah.
and you're having to turn. And you gotta have a little bit about you, like going past.
Do you think
playing
he's
stuff.
not got enough?
Reece James hasn't got something about him like that. He's got great cross.
I'll ask you this.
I don't see him like if I, for example, put Reguilon, for example, as a left wing back, I'm comfy because he can get past you, he can get the ball.
So
Like, Reece James,
you're talking
I
about
just
the
think
more.
he need a bit more, but
Are you talking about?
see.
So
I'd rather him just as a right back. I just don't know about a wing back. That's all.
just for argument's sake, you see that Lapity, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
In
He
terms
could
of
be wing back.
someone that's almost a winger.
Lamptey, but
Who?
Lapity.
Sorry.
You see? They try it.
Man,
Okay,
I can't believe you always let him get away with that. Move the son away. That's what you said last time.
We'll play. You did well there. You did. That's your only W today, though. You just remember that. We're still moving on to Spurs. You gotta take small wins. You gotta take small wins.
No, but you
As in
perfectly
someone
what
that's
you're saying.
you could see them being a winger, and it makes it a bit easier.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I just don't know, man.
But again, I don't think
I
that.
wouldn't even like Trent wing back. I don't even think I wouldn't mind Robertson wing back because do you guys get where I'm coming from?
You're saying there's difference between
some players that can get the ball.
There's
and
difference
run
between
point,
crossing.
basically.
No, there's difference between whipping a ball in and being an attacking presence and
Yeah,
doing what
like
you're doing.
there's some people that
I
can
hear
move
it.
with the ball back.
You're
Like
basically saying he
Robertson-
can't beat a man.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it.
I just don't. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but I think again, I don't know what
Like
he's
Cho
going to
at
set
right
on.
wing back looked good. Obviously,
But-
the defensive side, he's not going to be as good as James, but
He's going to have good recovery, which is
Yeah.
what you. But we'll see in it.
We'll
Like it's good progression. But now
Yeah.
to move on to the main event of tonight. I think the first place I need to start with this is we see Spurs here when you just put everything into context. It's just really unfortunate because this is like, you know, when you have the money in the bank, and then you cash it in at the wrong time. You think the champion's down, you run, you cash it in, and then he fucks you up.
all of a sudden, you need to do the RKO.
That's it. That's where
Said
Spurs.
RKO out of nowhere.
That's where Spurs, for me, find themselves. And the reason I say that is this.
It's a mad analogy.
No. Because you cashed in to get Jose to try and win you something, which you still possibly can. Essentially, because you looked at all of your options and said, you know what, we need to win something. We're going to get Jose. That's fair to say, right? So you've cashed in, you're trying to cash in the money in the bank to win something.
You got there's
But-
no cash in the bag.
No. It's not even, but the issue is, right? He said the whole Spurs in turmoil thing ages ago. If we look at Spurs, I don't feel like enough was addressed fundamentally to take you to another place where you can put this kind of all or nothing guy in. If you're going all or nothing, you have to be almost certain that you're gonna.
I don't think there was
that.
enough put in place to put that initial turmoil behind us. You look at it, that
That's what I'm saying.
turmoil
So
phase, yeah.
If you're bringing like all or nothing on top of that, that's a bold decision,
Yeah.
and that's why when I've been speaking about things like I know probably saying Spurs fans are entitled may sound a bit harsh. The reason why I say that is when you go all or nothing, when you put all of your chips on the table like that, you can't really turn back now. People are telling me, "Oh, I want to get a new manager." Who's going to come to Spurs? Number one.
Yeah.
Two. Who Daniel Levy
Right
is
now,
not going to
mid-season?
sack and give man compensation in the middle of a Panasonic. So all of this Jose getting out, like it's not happening. Let's be realistic here. So you have to sit with this.
Yeah.
It's not over. There's still League Cup final.
Yeah.
There's still Europa League. But when you look at what's going on right now, that stat alone, 3 back-to-back losses. You guys were way ahead of us. You were laughing at me. And I told you, listen,
Yeah, it's a
you're
lie.
going to finish top four.
Energy!
And now, this is where we are. And then I heard something on commentary. It said,
Blue Power Ranger.
Blue Magic.
Blue Magic. Hit him.
And then
Go.
they said, this
In
guy
the
said,
blue corner today, Anthony Gosma. You know what I mean? Go.
Let's go, man!
Yo,
Stop
no.
interrupting.
I heard something. It said, someone said, yeah, what's the point of having a game in hand if you're not even going to win it? Which is true. Like, if you look at Spurs now, I don't see...
When I said Arsenal creeping, you said game in hand. I said you better win it.
What's the point of having a game in hand if you're not looking... And boy,
the
listen,
one
you
thing- the
as
one-
a Spurs fan, you
No, but the one thing we've seen this season, like I know what you're saying, 3
Anything can
losses
happen,
on the
of course,
bounce.
yes.
Right now, it's looking bad. But one thing we've seen, whether it be with Arteta, with Pep, there's multiple teams this season. I feel like where results have gone bad, but then things have slowly turned around. And today's game, I think the most thing Spurs fan will be disappointed with is the performance, probably in the first half. Outside of that, in all honesty, I think the players again. I know it sounds like a broken record, but Eric Dyer, when you're doing that kind of nonsense, diving in,
Booker T Spinnerini, you know?
bro. The thing is,
Can you dig it?
It's
You
like,
suck.
it's bad enough like you dive in the first place, but then to kind of fling your leg out like that, I mean, that's rookie mistake, and that's essentially what's decided the game. Defensively, like you said, I don't think we were actually that bad because I don't think you lot looked that threatening. A lot of possession, but not much was done with it. I feel like Son today, positionless. He tried to do the Kane role, I feel like, and it just wasn't coming off. And for me, that's the biggest deciding factor. No Kane, I'm sorry. No Spurs, especially this season. When you take into account, like, the goals Kane provides as it is, but this season he's added on the fact that he's pretty much our creator. He's the one that's dropping deep into the 10 row. He's the one spraying the passes around. So essentially, we've lost our goal scorer and creator. So what are we actually?
Do you know what I
in
found
in the middle of that?
when I was watching the game?
So
Yeah,
anytime we're trying to progress, though, it's like it keeps breaking down because there's nothing to get onto. And then the lack of quality, like I've stated many times, guys like Sissoko, I don't know if you'll watch it, how many times he lost the ball today. How many bad touches?
These are the names that were saying that, you know, Jose's found something for them.
Nobody's ever said that was
Where's
Sissoko.
is Ndombele not a creator no
mercenary.
more?
They were
He
saying
doesn't play
mercenary.
chances.
And
The
wait,
best
listen,
midfielder
on top
about.
of that, the formation that
You
they
know
set
what I mean?
up
Let's
with,
have the same
this is
energy,
what they
bro.
said. They said they wanted the pivot and him in front. That's what Spurs fans called
Wanted
for.
who?
Nah.
They said they wanted the pivot.
They started with this season with Ndom playing in the
In the
10
10,
role, and
yeah.
he ended up dropping
And
The
in.
thing
because
is
he's better dropping in.
that's what I'm saying. With Son today, he wasn't playing on the left. He was playing this almost false line. So him and Ndom were taking up same positions. Anytime
this is
players are looking
interesting.
up,
So-
they're not. There's no outlet.
This is
essentially.
all
Vinicius was
interesting.
Vinicius started today. Had his chance. No runs into the channels. No coming short. I didn't see him trying to stake a claim for that spot. If that makes sense. Kane comes back next week. I feel like these are the kind of moments
gonna
he
get
kind of had to
injured
take him.
You know what? We can say all of this
never
here,
ready
but
to
I
come
was
back.
watching a piece of. I was watching a passage of play, yeah,
Yeah.
and we can't say that this is down to players or anything. So Lloris had the ball. It went out to one of the centre backs now. Højbjerg tried to go in the half turn, yeah. He had like space. The pass didn't come. 5 seconds later, he went like next to the player. Pass didn't come. Nothing went forward. It was like he wanted to take control of the situation, but everyone around him was like, we've been told not to do that. Why am I passing it into you in that space? When I saw him do that and getting frustrated, I said, okay, you know what? Then obviously we can't just say it's that. There's a way that you guys are instructed to play
100.
that is
But the thing
harming you.
With Jose's tactics, I feel like, yeah, if 100% of the players are not buying in, it doesn't work. It falls
that's
by
his
the
fault.
wayside.
Well, that's what
And
I
the
said.
thing
All
is,
in, all out,
and the
all
thing
money
is,
in. What's in it?
100%, no, but 100%. But are you telling me now in the first half and the second half performance, it was the same players that came out? Second half, there was pressing all of a sudden. Second half, they're trying to get forward. They're trying to spray passes around. They're giving each other angles. So for me, it's like, why couldn't that be done in the first half?
Nah,
That's
fam.
where my issue is. It's
I'll-
the same players that come out in the second half with a different attitude, but then in the first half, you're giving this lax approach.
Tell you
And
what.
then it becomes the easy way out. Let's scapegoat the manager.
I'll say no.
but-
I had a
no,
point.
no, no,
Sorry,
no,
Cam,
no.
because I know you want to go into
I'm
some.
not- and I'm not
This is-
saying
I'm
Jose's
I know you want to
blameless
go
in
into
this.
some stuff. I just
I'm not
want to.
saying
I just want
Jose's
to. I'm going to
blameless.
tap out of this point here. Yeah. When I look at United, we probably won't even get time to touch in 9-0, but
Yeah, we will. We get
but with the
See, they
9-0,
don't
yeah.
have time now.
No, with the 9-0. Listen, I knew I was gonna say one. With the 9-0, when I was looking at that, I thought to myself, the test for me with this now is, are United gonna show initiative to beat 10 men and not have to go behind to come forward and everything? Are they gonna be able to do the job there? They did that. Yeah, there was injuries and everything, but cool. With Spurs in this game, I always thought in this game, yeah, if we score a goal early, we're good here. Why? Because I don't think Spurs have the initiative to try and bring the game to another team or try and have to take something. And that's what happened in the first half.
But that's gonna happen when we don't have Kane. I knew that. Like before coming into this
is
game,
this?
I wasn't expecting to win, bro. Like that's the thing.
Nah,
Before
this
this game, there was
This
no
sounds
chance
like
I
academy
thought
level.
without
You know when you got
Kane
one
that we were gonna
superstar
win.
academy
I'm
level.
sorry.
Reflection. This is a
Especially this
reflection of your
season
manager,
of how
bro.
important this season Kane's been. I didn't think we were gonna win. I thought a draw at best. And in all honesty, the whole game was
Against the
decided on
against the
basically
Chelsea team,
an
that's not
individual error is basically what the game was decided on. And I
But
get
it's-
that we could have obviously played better. Listen, I'm not saying we
But
couldn't.
it's
I'm
about.
not
No,
saying
but
we
it's
couldn't,
about.
but the players got to buy in first and foremost, and the players got to be good enough.
Listen,
why-
no, I'm
go on.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's
No.
the same thing every single time at anywhere that Jose Mourinho goes. The players have to do this. The players have to do that. The same way, the same energy. When people say, how come when Man United win, it's just the players, but when Man United lose, it's Oli. Blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing. When Tottenham win, it's Jose. Wait. When
No.
Spurs lose, hold on.
The Son,
When
Kane,
Spurs
and
lose,
Dom, everybody
when
gets their
Spurs
credit.
lose, it's all the players. The players are not good enough. They're not good enough. How about the approach was just completely wrong? How about it's been three games in a row that you've lost all season? I've just stayed quiet. I've just been watching because I know this is gonna happen. Same thing that I said that is gonna happen. Jose Mourinho is gonna eventually, as we said, if you're not winning, you're gonna end up hating it, and all the fans are already starting to hate it. Your approach is the problem, bro. It's not the players, it's your approach. The players, we can't say that they're not amazing players, but they're not so far off the Chelsea team. The approach,
They
you
are
guys,
far off,
the
bro, I'm
approach that
telling
you
you.
guys set up today, bro, honestly, I fell asleep, and I'm being very serious. I fell asleep for a bit. The game was boring because that's how Jose Mourinho sets up, and he'll set up like that against Chelsea. He'll set up against that like Burnley. He'll set anyone that you play.
in previous
he will
big
do
games,
that,
though,
bro.
when it's
He will
when
do
it's-
that.
when it in previous big games this season, has it not worked?
What?
Yes or no?
Give
What?
me examples.
What against City did it not work?
The
Against
what?
Arsenal did it not work?
Are you
Against
talking about
United, the way we set
But
up.
it's not sustainable, bro.
But this is
It's
what
not-
I'm
you
saying.
can't do
In
that
the
every
big
match.
games, though, it's
not
worked, and
sustainable.
especially when you're missing your best forward.
But listen. Man United.
For me, it made sense to set up like that.
Let me just say
It
something.
made sense
Let me
to
say
set up like
something. City are have missed their best players. I haven't
Yeah.
even seen Aguero play football this season. Last season, Pogba never showed up. Rashford had injuries. Martial had injuries. All these players have injuries. You can't now put it down to if Kane doesn't play. If you're thinking that, oh, just because Kane's not playing, this is why Spurs that poor,
fucked.
then that's a reflection of
We're
your
fucked.
manager, bro. Your
That's a
manager can't.
reflection of
that's
our team.
It's a reflection of your manager, bro. It's a reflection of your manager. You can't tell me, oh,
Just
okay,
last week, you were
one-
saying we were a one-man team.
Of course, but you think I'm praising the manager?
No,
that's a diss.
so we can't go
That's a
from
diss.
you're a one-man
You shouldn't be
team
happy with
to
that,
now. All
But
of a
what
sudden,
did-
when that one man is out,
bro, what did
we're
I
no
say?
team essentially.
What did I
then.
say? Wait. What did I say last week, bro? Last week, what I said is I would never want my football club to be a club that is reliant on one player. That is
Yes.
exactly what I said. And that is the way you guys are, because that is the way you are under Jose Mourinho. The same patterns,
the
hold
squad
on.
we
The
have,
same
bro.
patterns, wait, bro. The same patterns that happen at every single club is happening now. They asked him about Gareth Bale. I don't want to answer your question about Gareth Bale. He's exiling Gareth Bale's not all that, but he's exiling him right now. Wait. Gareth Bale's not all that. He's exiling him right now because he's trying to show Gareth Bale was not my signing. Now the rumors are starting to come out that it was a Levy signing. Oh yeah. Oh, now it's a Levy, whatever. It's a signing by him. Dele Alli is, as I said before, you're talking about we ain't got goals in the team. Those are two players that are.
Nothing.
You're Gareth
Bro.
Bale. Hold on. What were we saying? Bergwijn. doesn't score goals. Lucas Moura doesn't score. Who's got more goals than him? Gareth Bale can't get on the pitch. He's done out here anyway.
I was gonna say,
hold on.
hold on. 4 weeks.
Dele Alli can't get a game. You're talking about he can't score. He's injured.
Oh, he's been
You're talking about
out.
But when you look at the Spurs team, right? What you're trying to essentially say is that nothing can stick, unless Harry Kane plays. And that is the reflection of your manager. From time I told you Jose's done out here, bro. And we're being way too nice to Jose.
Like
He's
scapegoat
done out here.
So,
Look, we're going to talk about...
me just interject.
We're
problem
gonna
at
talk about...
Spurs are bigger than Jose.
We're going to talk about... What we're going to talk
Goes
about
back to
is
the point I
can
made
Chelsea...
before.
Can Spurs win? Can Spurs win the cup? We're talking about the League Cup. Bro, the League Cup... Do you know who Jose's great rival was? Pep Guardiola. Do you know what Pep Guardiola treats the League Cup as? That's his baby food. And this is the thing that we're going to now rate on Jose's time at Spurs if he wins the League Cup. Like, he's doing a good job. He's not, bro. Jose is... I'm sorry, bro. Jose's
No one said it's a good job if he
Jose
just
is
wins
done
the
at
League
it.
Cup
Jose
firstly.
way, you're going to retract.
Fuad, let me ask this question.
He's done out here, bro. This is the Jose way.
let me ask this
The failure of the
question.
Jose way,
Let me
bro.
let me
If
ask
you're
you.
talking about
Let me ask
specialist
you
in
a
failure
question.
nowadays, boy.
Let me
if
ask
you're
you.
talking about
Let me ask
specialist
you
in failure,
this one question. So you
Fair noise. You didn't want to have a constant gun.
you've highlighted some stuff
gonna
here,
still
and I'll
go,
ask you this
trust
question. So, how many seasons in terms of Harry Kane's career has he had a part of the career, his season where he's out?
Every season.
Every single season,
That-
yeah.
And that's one credit
So-
I'll give Poch, was the first season I remember when he was out, we really struggled. The second and third season I remember when he was out, he actually found a way. Well, Dele Alli, I would say
Son
the
was
second
delivering.
season, Dele Alli actually stepped up as well. The third season, it was more Son.
So this is what I want to ask
I
you,
feel
bro.
like Son's form has tailed off the last couple of games. It's
No, but bro,
fell
this
off a
is
cliff.
this is what I want to
Too much
ask.
player
No, but
blaming,
bro,
not
but
enough
bro,
manager blaming.
no, but
Too
bro,
much
wait, one
player
second,
blaming.
one second,
Why
bro.
does everyone love to
Bro,
scapegoat
one
the
second.
manager?
No,
Like, I've heard
I'm
no
having a
criticism of players
conversation.
today.
I'm just having a conversation.
No, but I'm saying I've heard no criticism of players today, despite the fact that today's result was decided by an individual error, bro.
Because the thing
I
is, yeah,
understand.
it's all good talking
the
about one
playing
game.
style-
It's
the
all good talking
playing
about one
style,
game,
I
though.
understand. If that's another conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the actual game.
The game, if that's what you believe, fair. But again, like I said, I'm talking about the bigger picture. So the point I want to highlight is, it's a well-known factor that this guy gets injured every season.
Mm-hmm.
This striker was brought in, even in the pre-match. I was even surprised the way he kind of phrased it. He said, Carlos is a good guy because he knows he's not going to play, and he's in the spirit, and he knows that if he's here to help us out.
Yeah.
Okay, but I always feel that if you know that this is going to happen, in terms of your plan B, you got to make sure your plan B is airtight, because your plan A is 70% everything you do, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So your plan B has to be watertight. If we can't say anytime that Harry Kane goes, we're just gonna you know what? We'll wait for him to come back.
That's what you're saying.
That
That's essentially what you're saying.
That sounds
It's not that.
But I'm saying again,
But
like,
that's the
I'm not
facts of the
talking
matter.
about-
I'm not
but-
saying that's
but
that's
bro,
a good
like
thing.
I said, I'm
but
not
that's the
talking
facts of
about.
the
I'm not
matter.
talking about just today. I'm just talking about in general. For me, that is alarming for a club that wants to achieve things.
Mm-hmm.
That is alarming. That is the
is
same
why-
as Villa last season saying, you know what, if Jack Grealish doesn't perform, we're relegated. That's almost the same
And that
thing.
was the truth, though.
Bro, that is
But that
Aston
was-
Villa.
was that
You are
not the truth? You
Tottenham.
literally just-
There's a
There's
difference,
a difference, bro.
There's
You're
a difference. You
Tottenham
can't you can't compare a situation of Aston Villa relying so heavily on Grealish for relegation to just Harry
the
Kane
same
if Harry
as
Kane's
United
out.
this
Do you know
year,
what makes me
relying on
laugh?
Rashford and
Alright,
Bruno.
Let me tell
Like,
you what makes me laugh. Because
City.
let me tell you why I'm laughing, yeah? Because, we can't speak about
are
managers.
going on like,
No.
relying
I'm just having a
We
conversation.
can't speak about managers today.
No, we can't.
Wait. We can't speak about managers. When it's Arsenal, we all come up on here and said, Arteta's not good enough. He's done out here. Now we're all like, okay, whatever. But we came out here with the energy and said Arteta's done out here. You were Mr. Driving Lampard out of this out of
Yes.
Chelsea Football Club.
'Cause he was the wrong
weren't you talking about
appointment in the
players?
first
Why
place.
weren't you talking about Chelsea's players? Were
do you
you
mean?
only talking about Frank Lampard?
Did I
Why-
not mention players? Did I not say Havertz and Werner needed time to settle?
Were you not a Lampard out? How much were you the one that was saying that Lampard's out?
Absolutely, I was,
So why
because
is it
he was
now
the
when it's
wrong one
Tottenham-
from the goal.
Okay, so why is it when it's
Jose
Tottenham?
was not the wrong one.
Bro,
Alright,
why
Jose,
is it when it's Tottenham,
give me
you can't speak about the
one
manager?
second.
When it's Chelsea, you can speak about Chelsea.
Tell you what,
Hold
just
on,
give me-
hold on, no, don't play the confused
Cam wants to
act.
do
Let's
Jose
not-
agenda. Let him. Let's
this
go.
Is why this is what's funny, because I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna be right, so that's why I don't really care. But all I'm saying is you have to keep the same energy, bro. You came and every single week you were saying Lampard's not good enough. Lampard. You weren't talking about anyone else. You were just talking about how bad Lampard is, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to Tottenham, you want to talk about this person. You're the one that tells me Son is Wait, you're the one that tells me Son is borderline world class. You're the one that tells me Undom. I saw you talking to Matisse yesterday, bro, and you were talking like Undom's flipping the second coming of Zidane.
Matisse.
So don't come and
shout
now
out
start
Stoppage.
turning around and start trying to say this and this and this. You
What's your
need to look at
question?
the manager because you're not looking at the manager. Since we've
I'm
been here,
okay.
hold on. Since
So
we
you're
have
saying
wait,
that why am I putting pressure on Lampard and not putting pressure on Jose?
Have the same
I'll tell
energy,
you
bro.
why.
Have the same energy.
Squad is still here before from when Jose was here.
Jose was back.
And here's the thing.
Jose was
Lampard
back.
had
I'm gonna make
220
this
million.
one point.
Jose
yeah.
was
Lampard-
back.
No,
Go
let me talk.
All right,
now,
go
you
on,
talk.
go on, go on.
Lampard had 220 million to turn this around.
Mhm.
I said he was not good enough from the start.
Mhm.
Jose, I said, when he come in, I said, this is a man who knows how to win. Back him the
10
way he
years
likes
ago.
to be backed, and you will succeed. They haven't done that,
So
I feel like.
basically,
And the
sorry, let me just
players
drop this
that
one
are
point,
there
I
are
beg
not
you.
good enough as it is. I feel
me
like
just drop
Lampard
this.
had
Let me
better
finish.
players there.
Let me just drop this. Yeah, no, hey,
But go
let me
on.
drop this one point because you mentioned Arteta, right? I remember we came in here and we said Arteta, in terms of the defensive stuff, originally, right? We were saying that it's sick, but there's nothing else going on. Anything.
Mhm.
What then changed was he didn't have Aubameyang, who was Arsenal's all be or end all. I wouldn't say it's the same significance as Kane, but Aubameyang was the be or end all. Let's be real.
right.
He's Pepe player wasn't performing, right? Pepe wasn't there. The big sign and everything that they brought in. But what happened? He stumbled on something with Smith Rowe. He made something work. He kept going. He made something work. All of this came, no, what? It's the same thing I said about Klopp a few weeks ago. When it's this time and you're that sort of manager, you have to make shit work. We
100%.
can't keep coming and be
But the
like,
thing
oh,
is,
Kane.
it's been two
No,
games. Two games.
Jose
Kane's been out
Mourinho.
now, yeah.
I think it's
Jose
mad
Mourinho.
he's
Kane's
making
been
for
out, yeah.
Jose.
Two
That's all
games.
I'm
Kane's
saying.
been out, yeah.
He has to make it work. bro.
100%.
He has
but
to
I'm
make it
saying,
work.
But what are we gonna do now? Sack him after what? Losing
No,
three
but
games
that's
on
what
the
I'm
bounce?
saying. No, you can't.
Like-
That goes back to the original point I made. You have cashed in.
Facts.
You've cashed in.
Facts.
There's no turning
So
back
for me,
now.
what I want to see now is how he turns this around. In all honesty,
Boy,
that's it.
because he's not getting
I don't
sacked.
know.
All I'm
I
saying
think.
is
I think
there needs
top
to be
four now is
accountability
at a
on the
big
manager.
risk.
No, but that's saying
Top four now is
Bro,
at a big
I
risk.
told you when you were laughed at me, you're not getting top
game
four.
in hand or not.
You're
like,
not.
with this squad. I don't know.
You're not
honestly,
getting
like,
top four.
The cups is all we better pray for. Something.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
mean,
what you cashed
if
in for.
I mean, if you get top four, I mean, I'll be very surprised. But all I'm gonna say, one last thing I'm gonna say is, we came onto this podcast.
got a script.
Yeah. No. I'm looking at the
Oh,
league table.
okay.
We came onto this podcast. We opened our mouth. We're talking about Jose Mourinho as a winner. He was a winner time ago, by the way. He's been a loser much longer than he's been a winner for lately. So we're talking about, Jose's a winner. Do you know who we opened our mouth against this season? Pep Guardiola. We were questioning Pep Guardiola, but Mourinho now we can't question him because he's a winner
I
from
don't
the
think I
past.
Why do
was
you keep
involved in
running
the
this
question.
narrative of
Pep
we
Guardiola-
can't question?
No.
Why do you
Pep
keep running
Guardiola,
that?
We were talking about Pep. Can Pep do this? Can Pep do this? Can Pep do this? Where's the Jose
What question have you
The question is
asked?
the players.
What question have you asked
Okay,
right
I'm
now?
gonna ask you the question. Can you see? So wait. No.
No,
'cause
but
I like
you keep
this. I
saying
like
we can't
this.
question
I like
Jose,
this.
we
Last
can't
question.
But
Last
he
question.
hasn't
Last
asked.
question.
It's got one question.
Alright, cool.
Next week,
You ain't
I'm
asked
gonna be
one
back
question.
again.
I
I'm gonna
just
be back.
noticed that,
I have
though.
asked the question.
You haven't.
I have
Alright,
asked the
cool.
question.
Let's keep moving. So
guy.
obviously, let's
Hey,
talk
take
about.
your jacket, okay, take your hat off, 'cause you're sweating under there, G.
Let's talk
I
about.
can see the sweat dripping.
Listen,
This club is shit.
the Niners. Let's talk about the Niners.
Yeah. Come on,
Don't
Performance
call
was.
him that, man.
with the Niners, bro.
it's-
Like, give
Yeah.
him nicknames out the gate, like.
Didn't you guys do that back one time, innit? Defoe,
What, 9-1
Defoe
Wigan
5
or
goals,
something
innit?
like that?
Them days, boy. Them days. Those are better days
Defoe.
than you are now, bro.
Can you
not
take
really.
much away from that game?
Not really.
Can you take?
Modric and that, yeah?
You're dumb. Can you take much away from that
That was
game?
better days.
I hate
That was
this
better
guy.
days. Yeah,
Didier Sakura, them man.
Bro, Bale, Defoe,
Can
Crouchy.
you take much
They got
away
top
from that game?
Do you know what? Yeah, it was just a funny game because obviously 9-0. The only thing I'm happy about is that we were relentless. Close the goal, give difference. Don't leave anything. Like you can see we were like possessed after a while. Do you know what I mean? But it was lucky to get a red card that early. It was definitely a red. And boy, I don't know what he was thinking. I heard he handed a transfer request 3 days before, so he might just be on some sabotage thing. But the thing is,
Was that
the thing,
issue?
yeah. The thing about it, yeah. Do you want some tissue? I can get you some tissue.
No, I was rubbing my eye, bro. What the fuck is wrong with
Such
you
a
wanna
blitz
start
over
some?
in your eye.
Wanna start some?
Anyway. Nah, but to be honest, it's not even anything for me, to be honest. Like, it's a good win. We closed the goal difference. We're now level with, ahead of Liverpool now, actually, on goal difference and just behind City. The only thing I could say is it just egg on everyone's faces. That's all it is. You guys, everyone came, tried to make it out like, oh, United, oh, crisis. Bam, Liverpool hold the L. Bam, Arsenal hold the L. United walk away with a 9-0. I mean, it's so poetic. Honestly, it's so poetic.
So where does that leave you in the title picture now?
Nah, top 6 is just the aim. To be
You
honest,
see, this is the bullshit.
top 6 is just
this
the
is the
aim. Do you know how
bullshit.
tight it is? Look
This
how
is the
tight it is.
bullshit.
Chelsea are resurgent now. Moisey's doing the madness.
Right.
Everton.
you're the
You
Niners.
can't write off Ancelotti. Come on.
But you're the Niners.
Nah. So yeah, man. Top 6 is
Was
just
the
the
best
aim,
manager
innit?
of 2020.
Hey, all I'm saying is
Ollie,
people
his
are
record.
saying every single week, everyone's saying, oh, this is gonna fall down for you guys. Don't get excited. Okay, so we won't get excited. Top 6 is all we want. Now they want to tell me I'm in the title challenge. You see what's so funny, yeah, is because when I was saying we move in silence, yeah, and now it's most hated because do you know what I saw when Man United lost? Everyone was jubilant. All these fans, Liverpool, you guys were making so much noise. All these other fans, the fans that claim they move in silence. Here we are.
But what
I'll
did
ask,
it?
I'll ask you this. City, because City and Liverpool
Most
is the
hated.
big game, and obviously Liverpool lost. City 13 wins in a row, 20 games unbeaten. You mentioned that the United's best chance is to be in a position where they're kind of like playing catch up. You said that United's best chance, if there was a chance, was for them be in a position playing catch up. So with the way City are, do you reckon that's going to, help you guys in terms of your slipstream almost?
The City is, listen, they're 13 wins in a row, set an English record. It's going to be in all competitions. It's going to be ridiculous. You can't. When City smell blood, they do this, bro. When City smell blood, they break records.
But this is like, do you know what's funny for me, right? You know, when we came in, we had that conversation when I said that this year is the year that it kind of goes back to normal. We might see like a lower end of points tally and everything.
85 points, probably.
Something, maybe even less. City have only, we had that conversation about the team that loses this season might lose 5 games or something. City have only lost 2 games.
2 games.
City have only lost 2 games, clean sheets, unbeaten, and they're in that, that when it's robotic, the wins are just robotic now. It's like there's no struggle. It's like, you know what? We go there, we collect the 3 points. They are 3-point collectors. We collect the 3 points, we go home.
They just
like,
keep going. Listen,
and
you got to think about every season they've won, bro.
Yeah, it's
17,
the same
18,
pattern. Yeah, it's the same pattern,
broke
the winning
record.
streak. But the
18,
reason why
broke
it's so
record.
immense now is I remember the couple seasons ago when it was coming up to this game that's on the weekend, the Liverpool City clash, where we felt that if Liverpool won that game, they could, do something. They had a draw and it was done. Even if Liverpool win now,
I don't see it.
It looks a bit tense. Obviously, anything can happen.
I don't see
win
it
now.
Remember,
Greatest defense.
No, I'm saying if
remember we
Liverpool
spoke-
win this game against City, I still don't see.
I don't think Liverpool's team is patched up enough, right?
Yeah.
To be able to go on a mad run.
Yeah.
They're gonna always, for me, have a drop. Like
think
they
so.
may go, maybe they might win 3 in a row, but that 4th loss is gonna come. Like I just don't think Liverpool have it at the moment
I think
to
it
go.
will depend on if that front three find their groove. I still think, we're
Dunno,
in
man.
February. I don't know. I haven't seen them hit firing cylinders as normal. I think if they some way somehow catch form, VVD has the kind of
do you
impact.
know what's
Son
funny?
of the top goal scorer
No,
in the
that's
Premier League.
Yeah, I know,
he's
but
the top
it-
goal
but
scorer, but he didn't
I
score for
think
6 games.
Crystal Palace, he stat padded.
He didn't score for
what was
6
the other
games.
one?
Ooh,
And
you
I
saying
think
Sellers
like
is stat
How
padded?
many
there's like
how many
5 of
games
them
have he
that are
played?
penalties as well.
How many played? 18 games.
22 games.
Oh, sorry, and he didn't score for 6.
Yeah, but
So
listen,
like,
Bro,
he's
been stat
scoring
padding this year. He's been stat padding.
scoring. However,
He has been.
he wants a clip, so we don't have
Nah,
all Spurs
I'm
clips
not
this week.
involved, I'm not involved.
He's been stat padded this
Yeah.
year.
Go look at his form.
No,
Go look
but
at the games he scored in.
let's
Penalties and Palace.
you know what? When you look at Salah's got 21 goals in all competitions this season, yeah, which is kind of mad. It doesn't feel like it. You know what I mean? You can end the season like 35 goals, which is crazy. But we say like when these guys pick up form, we forget we're 22 games into the season. How often have you seen a Premier League season where a guy just decides, oh, I'm going to turn it up on the 25th game of the season and drive it home for the next,
especially
like,
in a
late
compressed
into the
season.
season,
It's a
you know,
compressed
like,
season as well.
I feel like people keep trying to say it's early, but we're past the halfway
I remember
stage.
Kane
It's not
last
early
year.
no more.
Post lockdown.
no, but
On
Yeah,
Henry's
post-lockdown.
Henry did it.
Post lockdown.
explain the Henry one again for me. My memory doesn't serve me properly.
Oh,
then
what when
second
he?
half of
No,
the
he only
season.
didn't score in his first 11 games, innit? 11, and then he went 26 games. He scored 26 goals for the rest of the season.
Tell you what,
This is 22
what I would
games
say is,
into the season.
with everything that's going on with the quick games and everything, like I do understand the influence of injuries, especially when you lose sort of people in the changing room and everything. I understand that, but I also feel that there's a certain level that's bestowed upon you when you're champions, especially when someone must have mentioned something, and they were like, Liverpool fans are acting like this, but you've only won one Premier League in recent times. I don't get me wrong, you've won loads
That's
of
what
things.
that was me.
But
that
it's
said it.
only
Champions League
it's
as
only
well,
like
People
one
love
like
to discount the Champions
no,
League.
but I'm
Come
saying
on.
in terms of domestic, like Champions League, that's a sick
fucking
European
bigger.
campaign. That's a sick European campaign. But
Just
if
have
we're talking
Anfield
about,
do, you never walk alone.
but if
and
we're
they'll score
talking
goals
about
for you.
domestic leagues in terms of carrying out a campaign,
Mm.
that Premier League is the first one. Like what we're seeing now is what we've seen of Liverpool of past. I don't want to go into it and make it a gender thing, but this is where you have to really stand up and be counted. The Brighton defeat, that's not a Spurs. Brighton shouldn't be winning that game. I'm sorry, Brighton shouldn't be winning.
Brighton beat Liverpool next as well.
Dan Burn shouldn't be looking like Marcelo.
6'7"
Like,
left
these
wing
things,
backs.
and this is
Locking upset man.
we
Bro,
can
I
talk
told you,
about.
KD on the wing.
Listen,
Look at
we
that.
can talk about.
That's a KD on the wing.
We can talk about injuries here.
I need to
And
see
I
that
get
jumper.
that. Listen, I'm a man, yeah. I like to conversate. We can talk about injuries, but there's certain things that should not happen. That is one of them. Like, I shouldn't see Potter ball looking amazing. Like, you can
Like,
tell me that there's no fans and everything,
You
but
know what it is? Liverpool now have an excuse. And
they're
it doesn't
milking into the excuse.
Exactly. Liverpool now have an excuse that if they lose, like, bro, we're all human. We're all human. They will walk out on that pitch and be like, oh, no VVD, no Mane. If you lose type thing now. You have an excuse. Do you know what I mean? You actually literally have an excuse. And
But
like,
this is what
when
I
you
said
look at it,
a
that's
few
why I'm
weeks
saying
ago.
I can't see them going on a historic. Like, they're gonna go. Like, I know it's only 7 points behind, but City have a game in hand, so potentially 10 points.
Yeah,
No,
and
especially if they lose as well on the weekend.
yeah, and then there's a game in hand.
I think
when
that will
that's
be
when
the
it's dangerous
turning,
hours. And
almost
then
like the first nail in the coffin for Liverpool.
what it
title.
turns into, yeah, is if we look back at last season, what happened, that 23-point gap, it was a similar kind of thing. Once they open up, City were kind of like, you know what?
We've won
Let's
it the
just-
last 2 years.
Let's just reserve our efforts elsewhere. Not that we're tanking, but you know what? They've hit their stride. We'll try and win a couple of something. That is, we need to see now if they've got that champion let that, you know what? Let's even try and make it interesting. Let's try and make it interesting. That's all they can hope for
But
from that
like,
moment.
I feel like, you know, they've got injuries, which we know of, right? But you look at Liverpool, the players that they have, and how high we hold them in the league, yeah? Not just, how high we hold these players. We call Robbo the best left back in the league.
Trent.
Maybe Cancelo's now the best right back, but we were calling Trent the best right back.
Mm-hmm.
We call Mo Salah
goalkeeper.
the best right winger in the world. Not even in the league, in the world,
The
people say.
goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, best goalkeeper in the league, potentially in the world. Thiago, one of the best midfielders in the world.
Like you said, he was the best midfielder.
Yeah,
as well.
for me,
Mane.
he is, but Klopp ball, that doesn't suit him.
Mane.
Mane, he's been fit for a lot of these games as well. He just hasn't performed. One of the best left wing. I remember last season they were saying he's just underneath Neymar.
No,
So-
people were saying he's better.
Better than
People
Neymar.
name, yeah.
So these players, look at the players that I just said. This is world level ballers. And all of a sudden it's like, do you know what? Let's just ignore it because we've got a few injuries to Van Dijk and you know what I mean? Nah,
no
a
X
bit-
factor.
a
You
lot
know
of
what?
excuses.
Do you know what I found?
No X factor.
Last thing, weren't we the ones that were saying Klopp can make magic out of anything? He can get this, he can do this. Now we're
So,
making excuses.
But this is where
That's what I'm saying.
again, I don't want to I don't want to
I
compare
don't
the
wanna-
two, yeah. But I find it very interesting in the moment of adversity, people have decided to look at the bench and say the bench is not good enough, or Callum Wilson would start ahead of Origi, or this Porto player would start on this.
The guy that
But-
brought home the big Barcelona night, yeah?
But the thing is, but
Signing on him already.
what we have to acknowledge is, yeah.
Origi's not good enough.
No,
bro.
but this but wait,
Origi's not
wait,
good.
wait,
Come on.
What we have to acknowledge is, yeah, this has been the normal state of play. It's not like Liverpool always had an amazing
And I
bench.
feel like it was going to catch up with them at some point. And this is
So-
now when it's catching up with
and
them.
then-
And they're paying
so
for it.
if we-
Yeah,
if
and
we-
it's the
if we
same
go back
thing
a
with
few
us.
episodes ago-
We always, like, you look at Aurier, the Davises, they're all
Yeah.
backups who've been asked, now you're going to be first teamers.
Yeah.
And you, eventually, that's going to catch up with you. And I feel like that's what Liverpool are going
But
through.
so a few weeks ago, when we was discussing it here, when I said, you know what, you just have to fight. That's what I was trying to allude to
Yeah.
in terms of they haven't got one singular issue. They're gonna home in onto the injuries. That's not the main issue. They have multiple issues. They have
What are the issues?
What was the
They've-
Brighton score?
1-0.
Huh?
1-0.
1-0, yeah.
So Van Dijk is what's making Liverpool not score goals.
And Keller saved them, to be fair. He pulled
Yeah.
off two really good
Kelleher.
saves.
Yeah.
Van Dijk's
But
the
what
reason they
I'm
don't
trying to
score
say is,
goals.
in terms of what I perceive
enough.
the issues to be, I feel like in terms of this whole FSG and whatnot, kind of like what you always say about Fergie. Fergie would sell his best player
Yeah.
to bring something in. Like, I don't think their infrastructure, they tried to get Jota and everything, but I don't think
you
it's
not
enough
think-
if you look at their bench.
Yeah,
Do you
And
not
then I
think
feel like,
there-
and then look at the whole Thiago thing. I feel like you've got a situation where you're trying to adapt your football, but the pieces you're putting in, it's not
They
working.
got Thiago, this
You've-
beautiful player. Oh,
But
God.
they've got a beautiful player. But what did you tweet? How is utilized? You tweeted that. So
They got man
again,
playing
I
like
think that's
Gini.
another thing. So that's two. I think the third thing is,
Thiago.
I said at the beginning, third season burnout. If you do two high performing seasons like that, 99 points, first one, second one. The third season is hard to go again, especially when it's like COVID era and everything.
So you need fresh
That's
depth.
free. That's why you need depth. That which goes back to
FSG,
reason one.
we
I
have to
feel
be
like there's
real.
multiple things, but they're gonna home in on. We've got injuries. That's not the be all end all.
The thing
And when
is,
you're
we have to be
champions,
real.
you got to show attitude, man. You got to fight.
I agree.
Depth is part.
I know, but you got to fight. You got to
I
fight.
think-
At least show fight.
I
Don't
think
just-
where it is what you're going.
I was just gonna say that with the VVD thing you were saying, it's obviously had a knock-on effect kind of to their squad, but fuck me, now you lost my train of thought now.
I
But
didn't
go
even
on.
see. You mad, man? You know what it is?
burning from Spurs, boy.
Hey,
Spurs have got
you
me fried,
take
bruv.
this one out. But you know what it is, yeah. You gotta look at.
You said
I'll tap it out, bro.
Freshen yourself up.
Hey.
Nah,
Fresh
you
yourself
got,
up.
you got to look at
20% off.
Liverpool.
Oh.
Let's be honest. It didn't help. FSG don't help them out
yeah.
because they don't spend
Yeah.
enough. Those seasons when Klopp was getting the most out of that group, mysteriously Mane and Salah
Never
only
injured.
had a combined 6 weeks injuries in 3 seasons. When all of that stuff was going on,
They
it was
should
nice,
have.
but the club should have been slowly giving them more pieces. And now it's not working out. But I said, look, next season, right? Liverpool's team, yeah. Salah's 29, Mane's 29, VVD's 30, Firmino's 30, Thiago will be 30, Henderson will be 31, Ginny's gone on a free.
Yeah. And then
They're
to add on to
agents.
sorry, bro,
They're
to add on to
agents.
that,
That was what I
you've got
forgot,
two
yeah,
players. You've
was-
got two players in terms of
You
your
call
centre
that
half.
agent?
That's it.
No,
you
you
can't
can't
refresh that up.
They've
For
still
a
got
team.
2-3
hold on,
years
let me
of peak.
for a
Explain
team
it.
for a team that have been together
High
for so
performance,
long. Yeah, that's an aging squad. If you look at the teams like Uniteds and stuff, like if you look at the future,
It's like 26.
it's already set in
Oh,
stone.
yeah.
You just
Oh,
got to now
okay.
put a few pieces on it. Very soon, Liverpool are gonna have to break this up because
was
they've
gonna
been
say
together
that,
for
yeah,
so
that was-
long and
that
they're
was
all
gonna be
approaching
what I was
30s
gonna
together or getting into their 30s. It's kind of mad.
You had good
You got to deep it.
intentions.
Yeah.
And
Very good
remember,
intentions.
last thing, sorry, boys. When you look, remember, everyone's thing is eventually one of Mane or Salah are going to
Has
get
to go,
sold.
yeah.
Who's buying Salah at 29 and Mane at 29 for big fees that they're going to go and get this Mbappe that they're talking about or whatever? Are Real Madrid going to spend 120 million on Mo Salah at 29?
Do you know what it is?
Oh,
I don't want to. I don't want to segue to
see it.
something else here. But you see the point you've made now, yeah. That's why I get angry at people saying, "Oh, why is Neymar staying in PSG? How old is Neymar?
I don't like Neymar staying at PSG.
No, but how old is Neymar?
28?
28. So who's gonna buy him for X amount at 30?
I think Neymar's still got. I think
No, but
Neymar's-
who?
He's
Who?
that special player.
Who?
No, he would have to. You see, with Neymar, he would have to wait till his contract comes, like run it down. No one can pay
At
pay for it.
30.
No one can pay.
With
for
how
it.
many games he's
Yeah.
completed?
I just
in-
don't think anyone.
He's completed like half the amount of games he's not able to, and then at 30,
Yeah.
who's realistically?
I
Do you get
don't-
where I'm coming from? Like, I
yeah,
feel like when
I
I
don't-
don't want to go into that topic now.
Hold on,
but
can I make a point quick?
Mhm.
But don't you think football is becoming a free transfer game now? Because
I was just thank you, bro.
Mo Salah, I hear your point about Mo Salah, but Liverpool are not going to let Mo Salah go for no less than like 130s, 140s. Who's going to pay 140s?
No one.
For Salah.
No one.
Mane's not going to go for less than 140s.
No one.
Who's going to?
So-
I feel like the game, yeah, like people laugh at Chelsea for Havertz, yeah, but I think you're going to see more and more of that because
Paying
people
for
have to
potential.
go quick.
quick.
And-
Yep.
Yeah.
But I feel like these players now, they're going to be at clubs way longer because they're going to get their young and they're going to get that one thing.
And they're going to get
it's-
priced out.
Bro, let me
keep
ask you.
saying
Let me
facts.
ask you a question. When was the last time you saw a big club? Remember back in the day, you could go and take someone else's player. When was the last time you saw a big club purchase another big club's player?
Hazard, Real Madrid.
It's not even only that.
You don't see it that much anymore.
Forget
You
about
don't see that much
you
anymore.
get teams now, like Palace, Aston Villa, who are comfortable saying, "What? You're not going to pay 70 million for Zaha
We're
and
not
Grealish?
selling him to
We're
you."
not selling him." Simple. That's how football is now. No, when you do, when you work with what production was saying in terms of, you got to think about it. Like, it is becoming a free chance. People are going to be trying to run down their contract. The only way you're going to get a Paul Pogba now is this situation. Like, he might just run it down. Oh, you got to sell me
But
because I'm in my
how
final
old's
year.
Pogba?
Hmm?
How old is Pogba?
27.
I then no, but flip it to Liverpool. If Liverpool's players don't want to stay, and then they all go, FSG are gonna have to money in the bank.
They're gonna have to find a way. Like, if Liverpool, for example, everyone's talking about like Liverpool are gonna do this kind of like sell Salah or Mane. If they do not do it this summer, then their value's gone.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Listen,
You got to talk about that VAR's decision, boy.
listen. Well, do you want to make that as your dud of the week?
Go on.
Cool. My champs of the week are Lingard, Lingard's my champ of the week.
Yeah.
Just Lingard. Yeah.
Lingard, yeah, fair, yeah. I'm happy for Lingard.
Lingard's my
Good,
champ
good
of the
for
week.
him to go to a club that's like,
Yeah.
that's at his level.
For me, hold tight him, and again, this is I don't want to go into it, but hold tight good agents, man.
Yeah, good.
Just get your good move, get you playing. Like it's sick. My duds are Jose, VAR, and Ajax.
How am I giving it to Jose over Dyer? Eric Dyer, bro.
Jose way.
Bum.
No, it's the first because it's the first
Nah,
time that's
bro.
happened.
3 games that bum has cost us. Even
the
the one
first
where he
time it's
didn't play, he cost us.
He's the guy that you said is
Peanut
resurgent.
Dyer, Manners,
I remember
love
that.
and
I remember
and
that.
hate this
Ajax.
guy and
Ajax
everything.
get big dud of the week. How do you sign a man and they're not registering for the thing that you're trying to win?
Yeah,
And,
you know what?
and they
think
said it was
Ajax.
a blind side from us. That's big dud.
Nah, yeah,
but
that's it.
talk on is
my thing is, I know Arsenal fans are probably thinking we're going to cook them today, but we're rational people.
Yeah.
We know they lost. It was a harsh. I mean, whatever they're
the
doing.
Leno thing.
Leno, that's the dud of the week. That Leno,
was-
that's the dud of the week. He was moving. What was he doing? Superman thing or something? I don't even really
He
know.
missed the bounce and then
Yeah.
punched
And then
it.
Listen, not everyone's Edison, bro. Just chill. Get back in that net. You're not Neuer. Get back in the net. But you know, with me, that VAR thing is strange. How did they overturn Bednarek? The only thing I could
Because
understand
Martial
is
said it was a dive.
They're basically saying Martial dived.
Yes,
That's what they're confirming.
That's what they're confirming.
That's not going to be
The
good for
reason-
United in the long run.
Who?
Martial.
Like,
No, but they didn't do anything in the moment. Therefore, you can't ban
No, but-
retrospectively because it
No,
wouldn't be a red card.
that means
The
you
fuck?
can ban.
No, you
retrospectively.
should be banning
If he booked,
retrospectively.
if Martial got booked, you can't do nothing. If you get away
Ah,
with it, you can
okay.
do something. That's
Possibly.
not going to do us good in the long run, by the way. Because if we're getting now, we're blatantly diving.
Yeah.
When we actually have a penalty decision, they're not going to give it to us.
But the reason why
I think Arsenal got done harshly.
yeah, the reason why the
That was
Luiz thing
harsh.
is mad is because people are saying letter of the law, yeah.
Innit?
But it's so harsh because you can. What people are trying to tell me here is so if he went for the ball, he would have stayed on. If he actually put a leg out, that's stupidity. I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He actually did the right thing and tried not to touch him.
Mm-hmm.
And they said because he didn't play the ball,
Yeah.
it's intent.
And it's like
double
literally
jeopardy.
like his leg. It's like not even it's like his leg hit him. And people are killing Luiz. And I understand that you'll get onto Luiz because Luiz gets caught in these positions far too often.
But what can you do there?
Far too often. The defending was poor though. Like,
No, but I'm
the
saying in
original
terms of what
defending,
he
but
did, if
in
that's
that
not
instance-
pen, Leno saves it.
Yeah,
Like, usually I've seen him dive in like Superman and just take the man out and then start heading down the tunnel. That one, he actually went like,
I just think, penalty, fine. Just the red card, I just don't think that was
That's a bit too
necessary,
much.
man. Like, sometimes you just got to apply. What happened to the days where the only rule that used to upset us was when a player takes off his top and gets booked? Remember them days? And you'll be like, oh, man, why are they doing this? Why are they bringing these
But
rules?
again, this
No,
is
it's
why.
just like,
That's
flipping
why
hell,
the
I've seen
whole
rule book every
VAR and all
week.
that type of stuff, yeah. That's we always said it opens up a can of worms. No. I'm saying what the point I'm trying to say is the reason why I say the stuff like that opens up a can of worms because before everything was sort of we'll never know. What's happened is now once you get signed like that, the whole obsession was we have to get everything specifically right. So all of the rules in everything that's happened since then is we need to be specific. We need to do this. Even if you look at the lines for the offside and everything is it needs to be specific. Before we didn't have that. That's why I always made that point. Imagine being an academy striker now, and you beat your man all the time with little runs. You get to the Premier League, you may never score a goal in your life again because look at is it Che Adams that was offside? Come on, man. Is that what we're doing now? Like
It's
I personally think, this is like, I think, like, I know there's rules, but I think within the rules, they need to set guidelines where referees can start using common sense. Like, they can, like, everything you can interpret.
Bro, this is
things,
what
do you know what I
I'm
mean?
saying. Because of the common sense and the sort of grey area, they're trying to remove that. That's the whole thing with VR. Remember back in the day, something would happen, and it would be like, oh, I thought the Lampard World Cup thing went in. I didn't. We'll never know. Because they're trying to move the common sense and interpretation of things, they're trying to make things boom. So you can't
Yeah, but
interpret it.
do you know
and
what-
then they'll say, oh, it's unfair advantage because Graham Taylor, whatever his name is, will see it this way, but someone else will see it that way. But that's life. That's football.
That's life.
That's
bro.
how it should be. But they're trying to take it away with all of these things.
They're trying to make everything just absolutely facts,
Robotic.
innit? And the thing
Robotic.
is, yeah,
Robotic.
and you're not going to be able to get it because regardless, you're going to be debating it. But the person that made that point of if you take away VAR, eventually everyone is just going to be saying, oh, well, if VAR was here, that wouldn't be a goal, etc. Do you know what I mean? So now we're just going to get into a weird. Just VAR's here to stay. That's fine. But the referees have to be given more responsibility.
Let them do their job.
Referees.
Linos don't even flag anymore.
Brother, Linos don't flag. Players are still running on score, looking around, then the line comes. It's like referees are not being held accountable for anything they do. The referees are allowed to basically ruin football matches and then just put out a little crappy statement that I don't even know who it is. What is it? Mark Clattenburg or something will go and say, "Oh, you know what? That shouldn't have been a goal." Like they're not being held accountable.
Saw something
and
which
it's
said
ruining
that
the game.
referees should do press conference and talk about their decisions. And
Not a
stuff.
press conference, but in the NBA, the referees,
mic'd up
they
and stuff.
referees, no, they're mic'd up, but then the referees actually always have something to say. So if they boom straight away, boom, accountability. Here in this league, you can do whatever you want with no accountability, man. It's ridiculous.
But listen, man, that's another episode.
Who's your dad of the week in Champion of the Week?
Dyer.
What?
I don't have no champs. Lingard. Fucking.
You're fuming.
You're gonna do live stream?
Hey, what are you saying? Should we do another?
You do another live stream?
Because of Spurs fan. Should we do another one? Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
This
Wait,
might
hold
be
on.
the
Is there any?
this might be a new one for the new
Is there
season.
any Spurs tunes like? Because we played Liquidator.
I don't know. Spurs ain't got tunes.
We don't
man ain't
have
got no
we don't
music.
have heritage
You
like
man
that.
ain't got no music. No. Man said no.
When we all play that, it's like,
Man said no music, no trophy parade route,
what we got,
no
yeah?
trophy cabinet. This is just.
That's what we got. We got Jose. Where you got? What else? What else have they got? I don't know.
Man said, let's go! Let's go! Oh,
That's
man.
what they
Anything
got.
Skepta.
Listen.
Nah.
We'll
take that.
Listen, that's another episode. STTV. Happy birthday to me. You already know what time it is.
Happy birthday, bro.
But out, man. God